But now you getting older.
Wow, we're way over. But that is a very good point that you just brought out. A lot of times when parents are training their kids, well, they don't even train, they just tell them. And, just recently had a conversation where, we were talking about this guy who's married and has a kid a child of his own. And he has, how can I say it? It had been said that he would show up to work and he would be smelly. Mm. And, just, kind of nonchalant, not really, doing what he's supposed to do. And, he
up to par.
But it's because, and I was talking to my husband and I was telling him, I said, it's because he's been told his whole life how to dress, what to do, where to go. And, and everything was done for him. So now that he's an adult, he doesn't have anybody.
No guidance now.
Telling him, you need to go in there and brush your teeth and take a bath and make sure your clothes are clean, iron your clothes before you go to work, because he's been told, all his life, and now he's grown, he's on his own, and nobody's there to, continue to push or guide him.
And, I dare to say that it probably was somebody that wanted to, but they probably were afraid because, it's no longer a village raising children. It's one or two parents, and you can't tell them nothing outside of that. Even when they know they don't know the answer. Mm-hmm. You can't give sometimes other people's children wise counsel, because in their ignorance, they will want to preserve it more than their child getting the right information.
That is so good. And it's so profound at the same time. And I've always been the type of person, I would listen, even if you told me something that I'm not in agreement with at the time, because, sometimes older people say things and they talk to you in such a manner that it's hard for you to receive it.
Right.
But I've always been the type of person, I will still listen. And when I'm away from you, I would think about what you said. I would think about how I did what I did and how I need to apply, or if I need to apply what you said. But sometimes we have to get beyond our feelings.
Right. I mean, you being a successful business owner, entrepreneur, and you have multiple streams of businesses going on in this one place where we are right now. And I think you have so much to offer. Mm-hmm. And I adjure you to do more talking to the youth that you have influence over, because they're watching you, and you are kind of quiet, laid back, reserved, and they're not aware of how much you have to offer them, how much of a brand that you are. And I think you need to be more vocal, even in our church setting and in your private life, with the people that you're around, because you have so much to offer, and to help our children be more successful in what you're doing. I mean, everybody's not going to be an entrepreneur, but there are entrepreneurs in our midst that they're not even aware that they are, and they need guidance. But just as I had a conversation on Facebook with a couple of young people, and it was a post about in just, this is what they saying: I'm grown now. I don't have to be around certain people if I don't want to have to be around certain people if I don't want to, and I don't have to listen to what everybody tell me. And you gonna talk to me like I'm a grown person, blah 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 blah. So I read it and I contemplated. I said, shall I say something or shall I not? And the Holy Spirit said, say something. So I said, okay, with your grown selves, I understand that, but be careful that you don't burn bridges with people in your lives who are older than you, who have contributed to your well-being and welfare, which makes them think they have a right to speak into your life, whether you agree with it or not. Do it respectfully when you disagree, because you don't know what bridge you may have to cross back over with your grown selves.
And not only that, you're limiting your growth when you do that, because I found that being in situations with people that I may not have nothing in common with, we may not hang out outside of work or whatever, being around, they have a wisdom that they're operating in that's working for them. And if I will humble myself and just listen, you know, I may be able to gain some knowledge and insight that may take my life to the next level. But if everybody around you is who you choose to be in your network,
or on your same level,
and that are on your same level, you're not going to grow. You're not going to grow. They're not going to grow. Y'all going to be stuck in the same pot together and complaining about the people that you don't like and don't want to be around and how successful they are.
Well, I got one even better than that. If you only surround yourself with people on your same level, it's a bunch of dumb people bouncing off a bunch of dumb ideas off each other, because you have no wisdom in the group. You must always surround you, have at least one or two people that's above your level. They can speak into your life and correct you, because a lot of times people don't want admonishment. People don't want correction. So they the smartest one in the group. That's not wise. That's not using wisdom, because I know I don't know everything. And that's what I said on that post. I said, as old as I am, I still get admonishment and reproof and correction from my family members that are older than me. I may not necessarily agree with how they telling it to me, but I remain respectful, because I don't know what I'm going to need from them. So I ain't going to be disrespectful with my grown self and put myself in a place where can't nobody tell me anything. And again, I'm 51, nearly 52 years old, but I ain't too grown to learn and to glean from somebody.
Wow, we have to end this show. This is the last show for this month. I have thoroughly enjoyed you. I'm probably gonna have to bring you back. Man,
well, I thank you for inviting me. I really do. I've enjoyed it. I didn't know the confounds of how this was going to go, but I thank God for the wisdom we've been sharpening iron with each other for these shows for this month.
Well, this is the conclusion of this show. Thank you for listening and tuning in to the Color Outside the Box podcast with your hostess, Princess Miller. Stay tuned next week for another awesome show. Have a great work week. Color Outside the Box is a podcast series that focuses on creating a better you. Whether it's advice about family, relationships, raising children in this technological world, marriage, or careers, we seek to find the answers to help you live your best life. So start your Monday morning off right with me, your hostess with the mostest, Princess Miller, on Color Outside the Box right here on iTunes and everywhere podcasts can be heard.